Underneath this boring looking overpass, there exists a hidden world packed with crazy aquatic life. A dive day here is always one with plenty of adventure.
John is arguing with the deputy.
The cop had it blocked. We're going this way. We gotta get to the water now.
Hey friends, Freediver John here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Blue Heron Bridge, a world-renowned dive location situated near West Palm Beach in sometimes sunny Florida. Now this dive location is an interesting one, because looking from the outside, you would never guess that here is an awesome place to go exploring underwater. You gear up in Phil Foster Park, which is right on the side of the bridge and is also a popular place for people who want to launch boats or spend a relaxing day at the beach. That's right, there's a public beach under here with lifeguards and everything. As a result, there are lots of nice amenities like showers and picnic tables close to the diving sites. Once you're done setting up and parking, which can be easier said than done on some of the really busy days, you can hop in the water at one of two main spots. First, there's the less frequented west side, which is under the taller part of the bridge and nearer the lifeguards and fishermen. Here, you will find the popular so-called phone booths, which are each made up of 4 of the bridge's support pillars. You can swim inside of them if you're daring, and you'll likely be greeted by many fish who call it their home. The west side is shallower, more spread out, and has less wildlife, but it's still a super fun spot to dive.
What's up, guys? I just dived down. Found this pristine condition phone.
The east side, though, under this squat little overpass that punky kids like to jump off of, is the main spot that this location is really known for. To get here, you walk down the larger part of the sandy beach and hop in the water. Once you're beneath the waves, a majestic display of Earth's coolest underwater creatures greets you. It feels like you're exploring Atlantis as you glide around the fallen pillars of this nutty ecosystem. And it's all under this creepy low ceiling from the bridge. You'll likely be swarmed by thousands of little fish. To the left, you'll see a couple barracuda. On the right, a peaceful shark may coast by. And below you, hidden in the muck, there exists a wild amount of little critters. You just gotta be able to spot them. Now this isn't some crazy technical scuba dive. Actually, the deepest point I ever saw on my gauges here was at the west side, clocking in at just 22 feet. I think that's one of Blue Heron's many appeals actually. It's a fairly easy dive that's great for beginners. But the wonderful views and marine creatures also bring a lot of even the most seasoned professionals to the site. Since Blue Heron Bridge is not at a spring or lake, and the water here is actually connected to the ocean's tides affect the area. And therefore, you must plan your diving around them. So, a quick explanation. As we know, because of the moon, we have tides, and seawater is almost constantly shifting on Earth. An inconceivable amount of water tries to move sometimes towards, sometimes away from the moon, which correspondingly makes low and high tides. An inlet like the one near Blue Heron creates a bottleneck for the water that's trying to rush either in or out of these smaller bodies of water that are connected to the ocean, like lagoons. So bringing it back around, you can only dive at Blue Heron when it is slack tide, meaning in between the low and high tides while the water starts to switch direction and is moving slowly. Otherwise, there is way too much of a current, and your relaxing 30-minute marine exploration dive would be more of a 30 seconds and you've drifted 2 miles down the beach. So twice daily, for about an hour, in between low and high tides, these slack tides occur. There is very little water movement, so no current, and your diving window opens up. That means that the park may be pretty empty, and then all of a sudden hordes of scuba divers will start appearing. That's why I was arguing with the cop earlier. There were so many people in the park that he was told to block the entrance. I was doing my best to convince him to let us in, and it didn't work, so we had to find our own, slightly unorthodox route to the water, and we just barely made the slack tide dive window that day. So this spot is definitely more suited for scuba diving, since all the fun things take time to search for and look at. But freediving here can still be fun. As I mentioned, the depths aren't crazy, and most of the time there's a wicked current you'll be fighting against, which makes it hard to relax for good breath holds. So I would say definitely don't take a trip here just to freedive, but like 20 minutes of no-tank diving can be a fun addition to a scuba dive day. It can definitely take a little preparation and patience to have a good dive day at Blue Heron, but it's totally worth it. The views and diverse wildlife under this bridge are just awesome to see and experience close up. They make the often hectic hassle leading up to the diving worthwhile. I live about 2 hours away, so the dive day starts with an unnecessarily violent road trip with the crew. Then once on location, it's total chaos as we try to get in the water under this nutty bridge before our slack tide window closes. Always a fun adventure with unexpected twists, but I think that's part of the appeal. Well, there you have it, the Blue Heron Bridge. Once you can get past the often crazy crowds and into the water, it's a really unique and special dive location. If you want to see an insane amount of really cool wildlife at a place that's fun for the whole family, I would definitely recommend checking this spot out. Thank you guys for watching, and dive safely, my friends.